as I approached New Guinea, if I struck coral, I'd turn left, and if I struck no coral, clear water, turn right, and you'd find Moresby. And the salty old fighter pilot who I was talking to said, "But don't worry, son, you'll recognise Moresby easy enough. There'll probably a stink going on and a lot of smoke, a lot of flame, and just hold for a while because the aeroplanes are short range and the raid will be over and then you can get in and land." I thought, gee, yeah, that's interesting. So I made careful note of that. And I also made careful note of the Beaufort and who was flying it. There was an RAAF flight sergeant flying it. And he'd been a flight sergeant since 1937. And that should have told me something. He wasn't much of a pilot if he was just flying test and ferry, and he was still a flight sergeant. But no, that penny didn't drop until we were halfway across the Coral Sea, or part thereof. And this fellow, Joe, I forget his surname, had a Queensland healer that he'd take with him. Whenever there was trouble in the aeroplane, or Joe did something wrong, which was frequent, the dog would bark. And I thought, oh, this is a horseshit story. Until we entered a very big black cloud on track. Unfortunately, I was number 3 in the formation. I was on his left-hand side. And I had a couple of Wirraways and then a couple of boomerangs because they had more power on the outside for turning manoeuvre. And there was a similar number on the other side. We'd only been in the cloud for a little while, and this dog was moving up and down the fuselage of the Beaufort, barking. I thought, crikey, that's strange. Now, I think we're spiralling left. And I daren't take my eyes off because it was pretty dark inside the cloud and I could just make out the Beaufort, and I was tucked well in behind him, or beside him, with my wing overlapping his wing, and I stuck there. And I was afraid to let go because I let go, I'm not sure that I could find my own way to the rest of the trip. So I stuck like proverbial glue. The spiral tightened, and I confirmed it when I took a rapid look at the air. Sure enough, we were in a high speed and spiralling left, and the Beaufort was going around very beautifully. We broke cloud, probably 500 or 600 feet above, and Joe then took control of the aeroplane, or got control, and straightened up. And I thought, crikey, all those other poor blokes were shaken off in this manoeuvre, and the dog was still barking. He did one sensible thing, and he circled on track. And one by one, they all came up. They all survived the one boomerang spun and regained control in cloud. He's an ex-flying instructor, so he's accustomed to doing that. And it wasn't until the formation settled down again that the dog settled down. And so we breathed the sigh of relief until we got to Port Moresby, and the old fighter thing was right. The boomerangs were shot up by the AIF, ACAC, because they had elliptical wings, and so did the Zero. And the Wirraways were unscathed. So I thought that was my lucky day on several accounts.